And the coverage continues on this Thursday evening as we're coming to you live still from the PACO Arena in the heart of Manila for the Sinag Liga Asya DOJ Interagency Secretaries Cup 2025 as we're just fresh off that ball game, our first ball game of this Thursday doubleheader. That was the Bucor Safekeepers going up against the NBI Sharpshooters. Now we're down to our final one of the day. It's the PAO Defenders going up against the DOJ Saviors. Taking a look at Kirk Reboroso, had a good ball game with 18 points on 77% shooting in their opening game day win against OSG, 107-64, a big blowout, and that was due to the good performance from Reboroso. Moving it on, it's Jess Alastoy, the stretch big, had 23 points on 50% shooting, also provided 12 rebounds and 3 assists. Alastoy was key in that game and also provided that outside shooting that we needed from him. As we take a look at our game at hand, it's the PAO Defenders going up against the DOJ Saviors, about to tip off shortly. And a good evening once again to all the basketball fans watching out there. Myself, Aaron D, alongside Coach Antonio de los Reyes. And Coach, first game just happened, Bucor versus the NBI Sharpshooters. Now we're down to our final game of the day.
So good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, mga nanonood sa kanilang tahanan, bus, kung saan pa. Napakaganda ng laro na ipapakita natin ngayon. Thank you very much, Sinag Liga Asya DOJ Interagency Basketball Tournament Secretaries Cup. Aaron, very happy to be able to call this second game with you.
And happy to have Coach Anton with us, of course. We still have the third member of our panel, Miss Daphne Lozano, who is going to be our eyes and ears on the sidelines. You'll hear a lot more from Daphne in the game, but we take it over to our social media pages at Facebook and Instagram at Sinag Liga Asya. Nandiyan po kami. Hit that follow button, hit that like button, and then sa YouTube and TikTok naman namin at Sinag Liga TV. Everything you need to know is there sa mga social media pages natin. As we take it over to the team standings, Coach Anton, nasan ba yung maglalaban-laban ngayon?
So PAO Defenders at third place, 1-0, wanting to go 2-0. Of course, ang DOJ Saviors naman 1-1. Gusto nilang umangat sa 500 ang kanilang standing.
And we move on to our game story naman, Coach Anton. For the matchup ngayon, it's opposite ways for both of these teams.
Complete domination, no? PAO won over OSG 107-64. 60% field goal shooting, 25 assists, 19 second chance points, 36 fast break points, at 52 points in the paint.
We take a look at the other team. PAO naman on your screens right now, wearing white. Moving on to the other side, this is the DOJ Saviors, missing itong si Asek Nico Clavano, one of their floor generals, but nonetheless, they're gonna be trying to make their mark into this ball game, especially after that loss in their previous one against NBI, Coach.
So they did lose to NBI 80-91. During that game, they failed to contain yung NBI in the fourth quarter. They did shoot 41% sa field goals, 15 assists, 5 steals, 18 turnovers, only 9 points off the turnovers.
And more of that when we return. But let's give it over to Daphne Lozano for a pre-game interview.
Magandang gabi mga kasinag. Before we start our last ball game for tonight, I'm actually beside the two head coaches from both teams. But first, on my right side, representing the PAO defenders, Coach Ringo Jimenez. Coach, thank you so much po for joining me here. So ayun po, what is the team's plan to maintain that level of performance from your last game, lalo na't nag-dominate over ang inyong team?
Siguro magkakaroon kami ng ngayon. Magre-ready kami focus kami sa defense and transition para ma-maintain namin yung last game namin panalo para next game makapaganda ulit kami. Nakapag-prepare naman kami ngayon.
Ayun sir, aasahan po namin yan. At meron din po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan ngayon?
Yes, binabati ko yung aming chief, Attorney Percy Acosta, tsaka yung family ko, si Cheryl, mga anak ko, tsaka yung mga taga-Purview, Cuba Gwiz Purview sa Eagles Club. Yun lang, thank you.
Thank you so much po, Coach. And now on my left side, representing naman the DOJ Saviors, Coach Chris Lex Felix. Coach, thank you so much as well. So ayun, Coach, ano naman po kaya ang pwede naming maasahan from the Saviors, lalo na it's your bounce back time?
Yun, sana masigpitan namin yung depensa, tapos mabawasan namin yung mga turnovers. So yun, dun muna kami.
Masasabi talaga natin na very important din talaga ang defense in winning games. Pero yun, Coach, meron po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan din?
Salamat po kay Secretary Boying Remulla, kay Asek Tom, and sa mga boss po. At saka po yung batiin ko na rin po ng happy birthday yung mother ko sa 27 and kay Coach doon sa 25. At saka yung mga taga Dasmariñas, Cavite at buong Cavite, kasama na po ang mga taga Likab, Nueva Ecija. Yun.
Thank you so much, Coach. And now I encourage both coaches for the handshake of sportsmanship. And good luck po for both teams. And now coming up is our match between the DOJ Saviors and the PAO Defenders. Now I'm turning it over to Mr. Ramvalid for SLA DOJ starters of the match.
Good evening once again, basketball fans, and we're coming to you live inside the PACO Arena, the city of Manila. Welcome to SLA DOJ Interagency Basketball Tournament Secretary's Cup, presented to you by Sinag Liga Asya and the Department of Justice, co-presented by Okada Manila and Hotel 101 Global. We're also live at Sinag Liga Asya official FB page and YouTube channel at Sinag Liga TV, at our broadcast partners Blast TV, Top Sports, Fiber TV, and Cable Link. Powered by SLA Sports Production and Converge. This is our last game for tonight. The battle between PAO Defenders and DOJ Saviors. And now it's time to meet the starting lineups of the protagonists. First for your PAO Defenders. Starting at guard number 8, John Michael Castillo. The other guard number 77, Kevin Groyan. At forward number 81, Roy Deason. The other forward number 17, Dexter Javier. And center number 19, Kirk Revoroso. PAO Defenders led by Coach Ringo Jimenez. Assistant coaches is Patrick Montemayor, Nino Bolofer, and Tor Avila. Team manager, Mr. Demeter Huerta. Your PAO Defenders. Let's meet the starters for your DOJ Saviors. Starting at guard, number 11, Alvin Mendoza. Shooting guard, number 71, Noni Tagalikud. Small forward, number 17, Mon Guerra. Power forward, number 8, Francis Tejano. And center number 21, Jess Alastoy. DOJ Saviors led by Coach Chris Lex Felix. Assistant coaches Eric Oprasia. Your DOJ Saviors. Game officials are Dennis Escaros, John Lisigas, and J.R. Mildano.
And let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. PAO going with Castillo, Groyon, Reboroso, Javier, and Dizon. DOJ goes with Mendoza, Tagalikod, Alastoy, Tejano, and Guerra. Once again, a good evening to all the basketball fans watching out there. This is our second game of this Thursday doubleheader, the final one for today. Myself, Aaron D, alongside Coach Anton De Los Reyes and our courtside reporter, Miss Daphne Lozano, bringing you the action for today. And Coach Anton, we talk about the PAO defenders in their previous matchup, a big blowout victory in that one.
The PAO defenders, 1-0. We talked about them in their team standings. Won against OSG, 107-64. Out-rebounding their opponents with 57 rebounds, shooting an efficient 60% from the field, together with 25 assists.
And a big chunk of that scoring came from Kirk Reboroso, 18 points on, would you believe it, 7 of 9 from the field. A very efficient game for him in that game, Coach.
A lot of these players are very, very efficient. I think efficiency now is the name of the game.
As they get it inside, and we talk about DOJ on the other hand. Winning that opening game against PCGG, this time losing in their last one against NBI.
So 1-1 in the standings, and DOJ Saviors, you mentioned that in their last game they lost to NBI Sharpshooters 80-91. They were dominated sa boards with 56 rebounds. If you give up that many rebounds, chances are you're going to lose that ball game.
And one of those familiar names for you, Coach Anton, itong si Jess Alastoy. Really had a good one in that one, 23 points and 12 rebounds, numerous three-pointers in that game. Really surprised all of us actually, showing us he could shoot from outside.
Jess Alastoy, double-double performance, something that they're going to look for in today's game if they want to go above 500 at 2-1 in the standings.
As Coach Chris Lex Felix of this DOJ Savior squad, they're missing one of their main floor generals, itong si Asek Nico Clavano, so really gonna be a struggle para sa kanila. Wasn't there also in their previous one as a three-pointer hoisted from the corner. They got it.
A nice setup for that three-point shot para dito sa PAO defenders.
This time it's Jess Alastoy, the stretch big, answering from the free throw line.
See, that's something that we're used to seeing from Jess Alastoy. Yung mid-range jumper niya, that 15 to 17-footer, yung 3 points ang nakakagulat.
Castillo back. Groyon moving it. Castillo's open. Instead, they give it. Dizon. Hard to the cup to Reboroso. He can't get it. Pushing it. But that's a steal by Castillo. Crossing over. That's a 4-on-2. But good hands by Tagalikod.
Everything but the basket earlier on para sa PAO defenders. Drop pass. Just could not get it to go.
Taking a look at that Jess Alastoy free throw line jumper and picking up right where he left off in that previous game, showing us he's got the touch from outside. This time it's Reboroso. Labas dito kay Groyon. Hand it off. They've got 14 on the shot clock. Castillo sees the lane open right there for the floater.
Nice looking floater para dito kay Castillo over the outstretched arms of Jess Alastoy.
And if I'm not mistaken, Coach Oton, as Alastoy tees it up and knocks it down from deep.
That's 5 straight points para dito kay Jess Alastoy.
Mukhang maganda ang gising dito ni Jess Alastoy.
Yung momentum from the last game, mukhang nadala nito ni Jess Alastoy as evidenced by that 5-0 spurt.
Take a look at that Castillo shovel pass to his big man Reboroso.
So Reboroso making up for that point-blank miss earlier with an under-goal stab.
Coach Anton, if I'm not mistaken, itong si Castillo, he's wearing glasses in this game.
Well, I'm not surprised because ako, kailangan ko na rin yan yung mag-eyeglasses pag nagbabasketball.
As these on there, that's a tough one as Castillo right on cue, open for three, hits it, Castillo, 5 early points in this first quarter.
So now are you gonna ask why he needs those eyeglasses? I think those eyeglasses are good for him. Kita nyo naman yung 3-point shot wide open, getting it to go.
That pass just a little too high from Guerra to Alastoy. Here they come with Javier leading the break. Take a look at that step from Javier.
Nice move by Javier. Ganda talaga ng mga Euro step if you execute it properly.
As our score is 14-8. Still 5 minutes and 54 seconds remaining. Mendoza tees it up. Can't hit it. Balik dito kay Castillo. Then they give it to Dizon. Hand it off. Cross court. Royo. Binalik dito sa ilalim. Reboroso against Asik Tejano. Javier, they've got 10 to work with. That's a tough one.
Difficult shot to get off Javier over the outstretched arms of Alastoy. Earlier, we saw Castillo being successful with that floater. Pero si Javier, not the same result.
Taking a look at this Javier step inside the lakas drive of the quarter, brought to you by Hotel 101 Global. Javier getting his team to 2 points in transition. Outside, Tagalikod kicks it out. Jess Alastoy hits back iron, and Castillo with the board. They're pushing it. Javier going to the left, back to the right, and finishing once again the Euro step from Javier. As a timeout going to be called by the DOJ Sabres and Coach Chris Lex Felix. They're going to want to talk it over as his team is down by 8 points. Take a look at this one more time. Javier with another step to the cup, finishing that shot and getting it to go. Once again, it's an 8-point lead by the PAO defenders. We take a look at that previous game of PAO, winning over OSG. That was a big blowout win, Coach Anton.
We mentioned it was complete domination. 60% from the field para dito sa PAO. Napakaganda talaga ng pinakitang field goal percentage. 25 assists, 19 second chance points, 36 fast break points, 52 points in the paint.
And a big win for them, trying to carry it over, but this DOJ team not gonna allow for that blowout. But Castillo, this time in transition, JM getting that layup. Pinalik dito, Alastoy to Mendoza, three-pointer. Hits back iron, Reboroso skying high for the board. And that's a 3-on-2 fast break. Javier once again, Mendoza gets the steal. Oh, tries to go under the legs if I'm not mistaken.
That's what we call a nutmeg. No? But great sharing of the basketball pinapakita early on nitong PAO defenders. Javier to Castillo. Their transition offense is working early in this first quarter.
As a short stoppage of play going to be called here. And entering the game is AJ Santos of this DOJ Sabres squad, number 23. Pero binalik dito, Castillo. Outside, Groyon. They've got 12 on the shot clock. JM, free throw line jumper. Can't get it. Reboroso. Outside, binalik dito sa DOJ, and James Mendoza is gonna slow it down. Alvin Mendoza, excuse me.
That was a nice attempt para kay Castillo. Just could not get that 15-footer to go.
Santos, no good. Rebounded by Dizon. Less than 4 minutes remaining here as Javier going down the court, full head of steam. Binalik kay Reboroso, and he finishes with the easy lay.
Great recovery para dito sa PAO defenders. I thought that was going to be a turnover, but Reboroso able to pick up that leather and get that shot or get that basket to go.
It's a 10-point lead, 12-point lead, excuse me, for PAO. As they get a steal, Javier in transition, a drag race against Santos, and he wins that battle.
Easy layup para dito kay Javier. Walk in the park, I should say. Transition defense para dito sa DOJ. They gotta step it up.
The lead is up to 14 as Asik Tejano dumps it down to Alastoy.
Nice pass. Nice find inside. Jess Alastoy with that 2-point bucket. They need more of that. I know Jess Alastoy can make it from the outside, but he needs to take advantage of his height inside.
As they give it up to Mendoza, Alvin behind the back. Too much sauce, but he corrals that ball. Binalik dito kay Alastoy. Back to Santos. AG getting that ball to drop.
Nice passing, nice find by Jess Alastoy. Not being selfish with the rock, finding his diving teammate.
JM going down the lane, kicking it out. Groyon, binalik kay JM. The fake. And Coach Anton, this DOJ team, they need to do more of what they're doing right now. It's pounding that ball inside. But a timeout gonna be called by the PAO defenders under Coach Ringo Jimenez. Talking things over. Their team's still up by 10 points in this first quarter. As we take a look at that lakas play of the quarter brought to you by Okada Manila. That's Alastoy to Santos, big action. As Daphne Lozano has got some info on Coach Ringo Jimenez of the PAO defenders. So go ahead, Daphne, and take it away.
Ayon kay Head Coach Ringo Jimenez of the PAO defenders, coming from their team's name, ang main priority talaga nila ay depensa. Paulit-ulit man natin ito naririnig, pero nakikita naman natin na it is one of the key factors why a team wins. Nagdag pa ni Coach na his lineup is currently complete, kaya we can expect them to perform 3 things: executing their transition well, running plays, and also doubling the bigs of the Saviors. Let's see if the PAO defenders will be able to hit the 100-point mark again in this ball game. Back to you, Aaron and Coach Anton.
And indeed, they're going to need to double the bigs. Take a look at this lineup. They've got Santos, Alastoy, and Asek Tejano for DOJ. Going to be a tough one. And then we mentioned Coach Anton pounding it inside.
Well, before we go ahead and talk about pounding it inside, how about that report? Those 3 things so far working wonders para dito sa PAO defenders. That's why they have this big lead. But yes, you mentioned pounding it inside. That is what they need to do because they do have that height advantage. So yan talaga ang kailangan gawin ng DOJ para naman makabalik sila sa larong ito.
Right now, the DOJ Saviors down by 10 points, 22-12. A drive inside, a kick, Alastoy, another one, hits it. Alastoy with 2 3-pointers.
You know, there's nothing wrong with hitting those or taking those 3-point attempts, but you just need to mix it up. You can't fall in love with the 3. You can't fall in love without outside shot. You got to mix up your offense.
Reboroso offline on that mid-range J. And Mendoza slowing it down. Alvin Mendoza, 18 points with 4 3-pointers in their previous one. Give it down. Alastoy, the big boy. No good. Oh, but they get that ball back. The Saviors with a mid-range jumper of their own.
Great defense. Well, bad pass, great defense, nice offense. And that's why you have this run na pinapakita ngayon. 5-0 run ng DOJ Saviors.
Now a 5-point game. Reboroso leaves that shot short. Bagon gets that board. The shovel pass to Mendoza. And the easy finish almost didn't go in, Coach Anton.
I was holding my breath. I thought that was going to go long. Luckily, yung shooter's bounce ng layup na yun, gumana para kay Mendoza.
30 seconds remaining here in our opening period of that first quarter. Bagon once again, another steal. But they get it back. PAO with a chance. They give it down, Navarro to Reboroso. Turnaround J rejected by Alastoy. Another one inside, and Santos called for that foul.
Nice up and under move, getting the defender up in the air. Getting that foul. Now he has a chance to get 2 points at the line.
Taking a look at this lakas fast break of the quarter brought to you by Okada Manila. Mendoza getting that full court pass from his teammate Jerome Bagon.
Lacanilao now at the line. Will get 2 points. Try to get 2 points at least. But that was a good move inside. Even if his teammate Reboroso was rejected, he was there to pick up and clean up that board and get an attempt. Good on the first. Good on the second. Nice sweet touch by Lacanilao.
The big man entering this ball game, getting 2 points immediately as the score. 24-19. They've got 10 seconds in this first quarter. Mendoza, blow by. Alastoy gets it back. Another three-pointer in and out. They get it back though. And that two-pointer is a miss. And at the end of our opening period, the score is 24-19. The PAO defenders coming off that big blowout victory in their opening matchup against OSG, looking to carry that momentum with a 5-point lead. Taking a look at some of the first quarter highlights with Jess Alastoy, Coach Anton, carrying that momentum as well.
First quarter highlights, one-man wrecking crew si Jess Alastoy doing damage. They were effective inside. I was wondering why they did not do more of that.
We take a look at Javier. Transition attack in that opening period did a lot for them, but right now the PAO defenders are up 24-19 at the end of our opening period.
J Project Clothing Shop, premium fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, premium fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
Head coach Chris Lex Felix of the DOJ Saviors told me earlier na present ngayon sina Kaupayan at Tagalikod na wala nung last game nila. He also added Samera to the list as it is his first appearance in this tournament. With these people mentioned, Coach Felix believes nakakayanin nilang mag-bounce back ngayong gabi dahil para sa kanya, and I quote, bawal kami matalo. Back to you, Aaron and Coach Anton.
Thanks for that, Daphne. Those are some big additions para sa kanila, especially with Tagalikod entering this ball game for them with Asek Miko Clavano still not being able to play for Coach Chris Lex Felix and the DOJ Saviors.
And they need all the help that they can get kasi nga naman bawal nga daw matalo.
As we take a look at the first quarter field goals, Coach Anton, 10 of 24 for the defenders. Meanwhile, 8 of 16, 50% from the Saviors in that opening period.
Nice math there, Aaron.
And 8 of 16, no basic math,
Basic
Coach Anton.
math.
Score 24-19. The start of the second period. Once again, myself, Aaron D, alongside Coach Antonio de los Reyes and our courtside reporter, Miss Daphne Lozano, ready to guide you through today's action. This is our final game of the day, featuring the PAO defenders going up against the DOJ Saviors.
That's Jerome Bagon at the line. Kakapasok lang niya ngayong second quarter, missing on that first free throw, but good on the second. Helping the cause nitong DOJ Saviors. Will he be the savior para sa DOJ in this ball game?
Three-pointer hits nothing for PAO. Here comes Mendoza, pushing it. And that pass is intercepted by Castillo, but it's gonna stay with them.
Nice active hand by Castillo, disrupting the passing lane, stopping that transition offense ng DOJ Saviors.
Back inside, Alastoy. Santos throwing it up with the left, no good. Mendoza one more time. Wala pa din yon for the Saviors. One more chance, Santos getting the bucket with the foul.
Third time's the charm para dito sa DOJ Saviors, and that's what we want to see, yung hustle inside for the offensive rebounds.
Taking a look at this Santos, bruise and a deuce inside. Getting it plus the foul, he's gonna have to earn it though on the line to complete the three-point play. Can't get it to drop though.
Short on that free throw. Could have cut it to one.
Outside to Castillo. Using the pick. Pulling up. Knocking it down. Castillo getting that jumper.
Nice mid-range game being shown here by Castillo. Steady hands para sa PAO defenders.
Mendoza lobs it up. Alastoy. Tough shot. No good. They fight for it, and that's going to be a loose ball foul called on AG Santos.
Good interior defense being shown by the defenders. And as their moniker states, no, talagang defenders, they are defending the inside very well this early in the ball game. I want to see if they're going to be able to sustain this. Because alam naman natin, itong si Jess Alastoy, he is a lot to handle.
Jess Alastoy, really looking at his conditioning right now, he's been in the game most of that first quarter and as well as the second period. So titingnan natin if he can sustain being in the court this whole game. As they get that jumper. That's Tahon.
Putting in fresh legs itong PAO defenders and getting instant offense. That's what I like to see. That's what this team is about.
Alastoy hounded, give it up. Kaupayan, three-pointer. But they get the offensive board. Kalugay naman, Borgi teeing it up. In and out. Here they come, Castillo leading the break for PAO. And he's gonna pull it back for them. Cross-court pass. The fake, the drive, the kick. Lacanilao with the left to the right, finishing with the jumper.
Nice fadeaway jumper by Lacanilao. Going left, fading away. Degree of difficulty on that shot, close to a 10.
Alastoy once again from deep. The big man shooting from outside. They get that board and babalik nila dito kay Castillo. Lacanilao to the middle, give it back to him. This time they give it elbow. The one-handed push shot, it's a miss.
Everything but the bucket for Huerta. Would have been a nice bucket.
And there you go, Alastoy take it hard to the cup, but two defenders right in front of him.
Again, I like what I'm seeing. He's mixing it up, taking outside shots, going inside. That's what you want to see.
Castillo from deep, no good. It's still an 8-point lead for the PAO defenders. Still 6 minutes and 54 seconds remaining. That pass intercepted, and here we go, Castillo in a drag race. And the little man winning that one.
Oh, Castillo continuing on from the damage that he was doing in the first quarter. Dito sa second, nag-iinit pa rin.
Double team on Alastoy, kick it out, Kaupayan. Left wing three, no good. Balik dito ang bola sa PAO defenders.
Kaupayan 0 for 2 now sa 3-point territory.
Huerta hands it off to the left side. 3-point shot, no good. Leveriza with the board, and here they come with Kaupayan. Looking for a friend right now. Give it up. Kalugay, Santos, and that's a foul called.
So that foul, that's going to be the third personal foul para sa defenders. 2 more and they are going to be in the penalty.
Taking a look at this lakas fast break of the quarter, brought to you by Okada Manila. Castillo finishing in transition. Still a 10-point lead for the PAO defenders, and Coach Anton still struggling every time this DOJ team threatens to go on a run. PAO always shuts it down.
They always have an answer. Talking about the PAO defenders, and that answer is this gentleman that has the ball.
Castillo getting the friendly bounce.
Right on cue. John Michael Castillo leading the charge para dito sa PAO defenders.
Small but terrible. Itong si J.M. Castillo. Give it to Asek Tejano on the post. Playmaking to Santos. And that's what Asek Tejano can do from the post. He has good floor vision, able to find his teammates from that area, and just like that, giving it to Santos for that foul.
He's able to take advantage of his height, obviously being able to see over his defender to see where his teammates are to be able to give those passes inside for those easy buckets.
As AG Santos on the line, shooting 2 free throws. AG Santos is very effective in their opener against the PCGG when they won that game 68-41. This game, they're going to need him to step up, as we kept mentioning. Take it inside against this PAO team, Coach Anton.
Well, now that Jess Alastoy is resting at the bench, you really need to take advantage of the mismatches inside. We're talking about the DOJ saviors.
That's almost a steal, but Castillo corrals it, lobs it up. They get it back, hand it off. The bank shot is no good, but Reboroso is there for the end one.
Reboroso getting through the creases of Asik Tejano and Santos.
Taking a look at that lakas grab of the quarter, brought to you by Fully Tech. Reboroso offensive board, put back, it's in.
And you see Jess Alastoy coming back in. What was that, like a 1-2 minute break? Probably just took a sip of water.
Wala, malaki talaga yung ginagawa nito ni Alastoy, no? Literally and figuratively. As they get it out, DOJ with possession. Samera outside. 13 on the shot clock. They get it down to Tejano. Kick, swing. Alastoy give it up. They've got second call.
Too much passing outside. Everyone was expecting to take that shot from the outside. That was the play, or that was the offensive set that they were looking for at natawagan sila dun ng 3-point play, 3-second violation.
And up to a 13-point lead for the PAO defenders as Reboroso left all alone. Talon, three-pointer, leaves it short. Alastoy with the board. And DOJ, here they come, but they're gonna slow it down.
Nice set play for Tajon to get that corner three. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Inside, they give it up. That's a steal by Bagon. Excuse me, no, that's Groyon. Castillo, give it up to Groyon. Back to the wing, to the corner. They've got 11 seconds to work with. Castillo rejects the pick, goes inside, and somehow manages to put up a shot with the floater.
Castillo, I'm amazed at how he can get those shots off, being the smallest player on the floor. That's a marvel to me right now.
Tejano this time on the post, playmaking. Seeing his teammate underneath, but tagalikod. Sorry, miss. Groyon this time, and he's gonna set it up. But Castillo, is that gonna be a heat check? Takes it inside, lobs it up to his big man inside the finish.
Nice pass inside by Castillo. Unselfishness in full display para dito sa PAO defenders.
As a timeout gonna be called by Coach Chris Lex Felix. And the DOJ Saviors, his team down 40-23. And let's check this out. JM Castillo lobbing it up and finishing that play. The lakas assist of the quarter. Brought to you by Hotel 101 Global. Castillo giving it up, Ligayu. And let's check out the stats of John Michael Castillo, or JM Castillo. 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 9 assists, Coach Anton.
Almost a double-double early. We're not yet done with the first half, but already with 13 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. So that was his game. It was his output last game.
With some bodies on the floor, looks like Castillo on the ground with Mendoza. It's gonna be a tough one. As JM Castillo about to surpass his tally from that first game they had, already at 13 points. But a referee's gonna be discussing what just happened between Castillo and Tagalikod. On that last possession, both players falling to the ground. Titingnan muna dito ng mga referees in our instant replay center.
They want to review what happened. They want to see if they're going to be able to call the right calls, the right infractions.
Take a look at it one more time. Tejano catching it, but it's Mendoza and Castillo. That was an off-the-ball altercation. Ooh, take a look at that, Coach Anton. Saw an arm from Mendoza. That's straight to the face, right on the kisser.
It's an above the neck foul clothesline. That was very clear in our replays.
And that's an unsportsmanlike foul called on the number 11, itong si Mendoza.
Unsportsmanlike foul on number 11, Alvin Mendoza.
Lucky for Mendoza, it was just an unsportsmanlike foul, especially with that clothesline. Just really
Above, that was intentional. That was above the neck. You're right. Lucky for Mendoza that it was only an unsportsmanlike foul.
But Castillo staying cool and making that shot just like nothing happened, extending the lead to 19 points. And Coach Anton, the PAO defenders with their biggest lead of this ball game.
42-23. Tall mountain to climb para dito sa DOJ defenders. They need to act fast. They need to do what they need to do, which is defend and make sure that it'll be difficult para dito sa PAO defenders to get their offense going.
They kick it to the corner, to the middle, touch pass. Unsuccessful, but it's going back to the PAO defenders.
Nice intentions, great idea by Dizon.
1 second on the shot clock. Reboroso, can he beat it? Yes, he can.
Just in the nick of time, Reboroso. What a baseline play designed by Coach Crislex Felix.
And outside. Guerra. Give it up to Alastoy. But that's going to be a foul called.
Check that. That was Coach Ringo Jimenez. Nice baseline play design to be able to get that shot off. Just in the nick of time.
That's Jess Alastoy with a chance to hit 2 free throws dito. And itong si Alvin Mendoza, one of the players of this DOJ squad who got into an altercation with Castillo. That's going to be a big blow, especially with him on the bench, because in their previous game, 18 points, including 4 3-pointers.
But right now, he's not really working yung kanyang opensa. So it could have been a frustration foul on his part. That's why he did that, or he got into that altercation with J.M. Castillo.
Dizon, kick it out, Javier. Driving to the left, Bagyoen, 3-pointer, locked and loaded.
You see the unselfishness of the PAO defenders. Collective effort, just like what they were doing in the first quarter to be able to build this lead.
Guerra this time, 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the second period. Tejano, triple teamed. Kick it out. Guerra, catch, shoot. No good. Rebounded for Javier, and that's another take foul. It's going to be called on Tagalikod.
It's a good foul by Tagalikod. Just to stop the momentum, just to stop the bleeding.
Take a look at this lakas shot of the quarter, brought to you by Okada Manila. Bagyoen staying ready for that catch and shoot jumper.
Again, I gotta highlight the unselfishness of this PAO defender squad. Javier giving up that pass for that 3.
Dizon stepping back, kicking. Javier taking his time. They've got 11 on the shot clock. Bagyoen, can he get 2 in a row? No, instead he gives it. Reboroso, the fake, the shot. Dizon, Reboroso, one more. No good.
2 servings, no go para dito sa defenders.
Pero Tagalikod taking it coast to coast for the finish.
You know, even if the defenders weren't able to get that shot to go, you still love the unselfishness. Kahit na ganun yung nangyari na hindi nila na-convert. And that's something that they can capitalize on. They need to continue in this ballgame.
Javier going all the way around. Bagyoen, the same connection, but a different result. Reboroso saving it. Kicking it. And Javier taking their time. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kick it out. A 2-pointer from Dizon. Too strong with Asya Tejano with the board. And here come the Saviors. Tagalikod giving it up to Santos. Didn't get the angle. Javier gets that ball tap. Binalik dito, Reboroso. 3-on-2 fast break. Give it up to Javier. Another pass inside, but they can't finish the shot.
Sorry, miss inside. Para dito kay Medina.
Alastoy naman, that's a tough one, and it's in.
That's tough to stop when Jess Alastoy gets it that close. And when he gets his feet set and he goes up in rhythm with balance.
Dizon using the pick from Medina. 5 seconds on the game clock. Bagyoen three-pointer. No good. They fight for it and Alastoy gets it. And at the end of our first half, the score 47-27. The PAO defenders, fresh off that blowout win versus OSG, carrying over the momentum with a 20-point lead in this ball game. Meanwhile, this DOJ Savior squad lost in that last one versus NBI and really looking shell-shocked to start off this first half, Coach.
Struggling to get their offense going itong DOJ Saviors. Kung gaano kaswerte, kung gaano kamalas ang DOJ Saviors, gano'n naman kaswerte ang pinapakita ng PAO defenders with Castillo, Javier, even Bagyoen, Reboroso getting into the act.
And we give it over to Miss Daphne Lozano for a short interview.
As we wrap up the first half, I am beside the leading scorer so far from the PAO defenders, John Michael Castillo, with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists so far. Ayun, sir, ano po kaya sa tingin nyo ang dapat nyo pang ipagpatuloy, especially coming into the second half, that will be truly effective in getting your next win?
Basta focus lang kami sa game plan namin, teamwork lang, defense, and yun nga, patuloy lang kami mag-enjoy sa game.
Thank you so much, sir, and good luck pa po for the remaining minutes of this match. Ayan muna sa ngayon. Balik sa inyo, Aaron and Coach Anton.
We take a look at the second quarter highlights. Itong si John Castillo, 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Coach Anton already surpassing his tally in that opening blowout win versus OSG.
Already surpassing it indeed is John Castillo. Talagang collective effort, like what I mentioned, itong PAO defenders getting everyone into the scoring act.
And it's a 20-point lead by the PAO defenders at the end of our first half.
Finally, nandito na yung araw ng opening. And matagal ho namin to pinaplano. Kasama po ang SLA. And we really hope na makapagbigay ito ng saya sa ating mga empleyado ng bawat ahensya ng DOJ.
Welcome to the Sinag Liga Asya Interagency Secretaries Cup 2025.
Ang kasama natin from all the agencies. Very excited to play their first game.
Very much excited ang Pambigatory's Office to be part of the DOJ tournament.
Napapanood namin ang Sinag 40. Kaya nakikita namin na napakaganda ng paligan na to. First Secretary Cup to, kaya talagang palabag kami.
The PCGC is very excited in forming the team. Of course, the team is already complete and very competitive ang team natin.
Bilang isang department, kailangan po talaga na yung camaraderie between the agencies is very strong.
Gagawin namin lahat ang makakaya namin para sa ikaganda ng ligang to.
This is just the start of something that we will consider a legacy. That the Secretary of Justice, Jesus Crispin Boy Rebuya, will lead to the DOJ.
Maganda po itong activity na to kasi definitely kailangan po natin yung work and life balance, no?
Ang team po namin, team roster namin ay ginubuo ng former PBA player, former NCAA, former UAAP, at NCAA na mga panalo.
unfinished business pa kami. Dahil noong 2016, natalo kami ng NBI na championship. So this year, sisiguraduhin namin na kami ang mag-champion.
We'd also like to thank the Secretary for making this all happen. Binigay niya po yung blessing niya dahil po alam niya po kung gaano ka-importante yung sports, fitness at wellness. And of course, I hope that it will inspire a lot of collaboration, camaraderie, and teamwork sa ating mga ahensya ng DOJ.
J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
Para makinig anong gagawin, di ba? Sabi nga ni... Back-to-back hits now for him. Kailangan niya na marami pang leg yan. Hindi ko may kita dahil sa ingay dito. Hindi lang siya na magdaring dito. One more or no more. Kapit na mga Sinag.
Sobrang bilis ba? Yan ang bilis ng FiberX. Yan ang internet.
Pampanga Intermunicipalities Series Basketball Tournament Delta Cup.
Pakabiling kong masalese kayo nak, i-promote tayo ng sportsmanship nak. Okay? Ita mo nga, tandanan nyo, kapampangan tangan.
This is your 2024 Junior World Showcase Delta Cup.
Wala magpapasira ng laro, tayo magpapasira ng laro niya. maraming salamat for taking time out to be part of the first ever SLA Junior World Showcase Delta Cup.
Itong Somay Kings coach Banjo has only 14.5 seconds before they can claim the throne and literally call themselves kings of the T2 tournament.
What a ball game. What a series of events that we saw here, that we witnessed in this historical T2 Super Cup Invitational Tournament.
Sino ba ang talagang mag-ahari sa kauna-unahang Delta Cup 2024?
So depensa ang naging susi dito para makuha nitong lupaw. Ang panalo na mo ay the championship. Seconds away for Pampanga Delta to seal the deal and once again deliver another championship.
The Sinag Liga Asya Junior World Showcase Philippines champion, your Pampanga Delta.
Good evening mga kasinag! You're still tuned in to SLA DOJ Interagency Basketball Tournament Secretaries Cup match between the PAO Defenders versus the DOJ Saviors with a score 47-27. And before we proceed to the second half, I am beside the team manager of the PAO Defenders, Sir Demitir Huerta. Sir, thank you so much po for joining me here in the half. So my first question would be, sir, as a team manager, of course, any feedback on how your team is currently playing?
On both ends of the court, intense talaga yung mga players natin. Mapa-offense, mapa-defense, talagang binubuhos nila yung kanilang lahat para paganda yung game. Yung parang sa work, ganun din yung pagtrato namin sa aming mga clients, lalo na sa PAO. Yes.
Ayun po, sir. For my second question naman, ano naman po ba ang gusto nyo pang makita from your team coming the second half?
Well, sana mag-continue lang yung ginagawa namin during the first half at masustain lang namin yung energy all throughout the game.
Ayun po, sir. Meron po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan sa mga nanonood ngayon?
Of course, lagi nating binabate ang aming hepe, si Chief Public Attorney, Dr. Persida Virueda Acosta, na lagi nakasuporta sa team. At of course, batiin ko lang yung aking parents, yung aking mami, si Marilyn Oriente Huerta, at yung aking daddy, lawyer din, si Attorney Dante G. Huerta. At nanonood din yung aking tito, si Mr. Eduardo Oriente, nasa Pantabangan, Nueva Ecija. So, kumusta po kayo dyan? At siyempre, yung 2,500 strong public attorneys nationwide, binabati ko rin.
Mabuhay po kayong lahat. And now, thank you so much, sir, and good luck po sa inyong team. And now, I'm turning it over to Aaron and Coach Anton for the opening of our second half.
And thanks so much for that, Daphne. The score for our halftime, it's 47-27, a big 20-point lead by the PAO Defenders as we look at the Hotel 101 Global Halftime Highlights. And as we mentioned a while ago, Coach Anton, ito si J.M. Castillo was the catalyst of that run for the PAO Defenders.
He was also helped by his teammate. Itong si Javier, Dexter Javier, chipping in, pati na rin sila Reboroso, making sure that they are going to get this win para sa PAO defenders.
Taking a look at Tagalikod, wasn't present in their previous one. Right now he is. But a lot of heavy lifting gonna need to be done by the DOJ Saviors in this ball game. As we take a look at the halftime stats, Coach Anton.
42% field goals para sa PAO, 35 para sa DOJ, 29-20 rebounds, 24-14, 11-8 bench points. Yan ang ating halftime stats.
And we look at the leading scorers in our first half, Coach.
Public Attorney's Office, John Castillo, 15, 12, 6 and 4 for Reboroso, Javier Lacanilao para sa DOJ, Alastoy, 12, Santos, Guerra, Bagon, 5, 3 and 3 apiece.
So those were the leading scorers in our first half. Once again, a good evening to all the basketball fans watching out there. This is some late night basketball here at the Sinag DOJ Interagency Cup 2025. Myself, Aaron D, alongside Coach Anton de los Reyes and our courtside reporter, Miss Daphne Lozano, bringing you the action for today as our second half just started. It's the PAO defenders with Castillo leading the way and picking up right where he left off in that first half.
J.M. Castillo knocking down that three-pointer all on his own, making mincemeat of the defense ng DOJ.
They kick it out, moving it around, and Castillo, can he get the steal? Yes, he can. But he doesn't take the three, instead gives it to his teammate. Here they come in transition, the Saviors with Samera. The low pickup to the floater, no good, but Jess Alastoy is there for the putback and one.
Jess Alastoy bang in the bucket to get that three-point play. That's going to help this team out, talking about the DOJ defenders.
Take a look at the lakas grab of the quarter, brought to you by Fullytech's innovative advertising.
Jess Alastoy completing that three-point play, cutting it even to 50-30. Both teams scoring 3 points early in this ball game.
As Cheng enters the game for the PAO defenders, the big man, number 13. Here comes Castillo, handing it off, give it back to him. 12 on the shot clock. Castillo, hesitation, going inside, dumping it down. Cheng with the two-pointer, but that's a travel.
I don't think Cheng was expecting that pass from Castillo. Good intentions though for Castillo, trying to get his teammates involved.
And Mendoza airmails that shot. Balik dito to the defenders, almost stolen, but Castillo gets it. Give it up to Javier. Driving inside, takes the contact, and he gets fouled, but that's on the ground.
So that was a bump prior to that shot attempt, so it's going to be a sideline inbound. But you like how Javier is attacking the basket. No, they are up by 20, pero parang dikitan pa rin ang laban with the way Javier was attacking the basket.
Javier taking a rare two-pointer, and this time getting the long two to go.
Nice mid-range jumper, and that's what we were talking about. No, every time you have a lead, it doesn't mean you have to slow down. You can always just step on the gas and continue what you're doing.
Coach Anton, how do you contain this guard attack from players like Javier and Castillo from the perimeter?
It has to be a collective effort. Everyone has to help out. You have to talk on defense. The communication has to be there because they are setting good picks. High pick and rolls. You have to be able to talk and help out your teammates.
As Castillo missing the deep three, almost a steal. Look at those active hands. But that's an offensive foul gonna be called on Jerome Bagon.
Jerome Bagon initiated that contact.
Didn't need to bump on that play. Take a look at it one more time. He just went into the defender instead of letting the defender come to him.
That's one of those things na Luka does that really well, but he doesn't bump. He goes in front of the defender, make sure the defender is behind him so that he can attack the basket, making sure the defender won't be able to catch up or at least go for a block.
Or better to say, putting him in jail, Coach Anton. But Alastoy from deep.
Is that the term that they use now, Aaron? Putting him in jail?
Yeah, most especially in that pick and roll.
Bago yan, ha?
But they get it out, and Javier in transition. Tough take, it's in.
Dexter Javier. Walk in the park layup. Again, the transition offense ng defenders working wonders for them in this ball game.
Mendoza down the lane. It's going to be a foul on the ground. As we'd like to wish a happy birthday to Judge Jake Crespo. And galing daw po ito sa idol mo. As we take a look at this lakas fast break of the quarter. Brought to you by Okada Manila. Javier with the tough take and the finish. As a timeout called by Coach Chris Mexolis and the DOJ Saviors. His team still can't find the mark in this second half. The score 54-32.
J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
And we'd like to thank Okada Manila, one of our main sponsors dito sa SLA. Maraming salamat po sa Okada Manila. As we take a look at Jess Alastoy in their previous game, Coach Anton, 23 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 steals.
And this is something that we want to see more of, not Jess Alastoy getting involved in the offense. But so far, the defense ng PAO defenders holding their own, holding Jess Alastoy.
But they get it inside. The Bagon getting fouled and heading to the line for 2 free throws.
Nice smart move by Bagon. Up fake, getting Javier up in the air, getting the foul. That's a big fish. Dexter Javier, one of the main gunners para dito sa PAO defenders.
It's still a big hill to climb for the Saviors, 54-33. 21-point game para sa kanila. As I'd like to give a shout out to Uncle Floyd in New Jersey and Auntie Liz in Chicago, as well as Auntie Joyce in Ohio. So shout out po sa inyo watching from the USA.
That's what I like about our coverage and how these things are, how social media has reached out to a lot of people. No? We're able to reach out to a lot of our relatives, a lot of our fans, a lot of our friends as well.
And almost a turnover there as Mendoza gets it, kicks it. Corner 3, still no good. And this DOJ Savior squad, they've been in a drought.
They are struggling. Their offense seems to be in disarray.
But Bagon gets it. He's against Castillo, finishing against the little man.
So taking advantage of that mismatch, Bagon.
As Guerra getting the blocking foul called, going through 2.
Getting a little bit chippy here. Talking about the players on the floor. Don't want anything untoward to happen.
As Coach Ringo Jimenez and the PAO defenders not wanting to get complacent in this ball game. The score 54-36. They're still in full control in this third quarter. Back after that timeout, the score 54-36. Guerra on the line for the Saviors, a chance to cut it down, but he can't get that first one to drop.
Some sloppy basketball earlier. Remember, there was that conversion by Bagon. And then a turnover, which led to this foul on number 17. That's Mon Guerra.
Coach Anton, usually when we watch the NBA, kasi alam naman natin, all of us are NBA fans, they always say no lead is safe in that league. But in a league like this, in the DOJ Interagency Cup, 54-37, how are you liking the chances of DOJ to try and come up with a comeback here?
Look, as they always say, there's this saying in Filipino or in Tagalog, bilog ang bola. So, pwede. I mean, nothing is impossible. You can always come back from this lead. Kung gaano kainit ang PAO defender sa opensa, pwede rin magpalit ang fortunes niyan. In the fourth quarter, we still have 5 minutes remaining in the third. Maybe in the fourth, it's gonna change.
Javier, okay. Javier Euro step, kicking it out. Three-pointer, no good.
So yeah, again, nothing is impossible. I'm not going to count out the DOJ saviors just yet.
And for sure, that guy isn't going to count them out. That's Jess Alastoy with another two-pointer of his own.
Nice-looking runner from Jess Alastoy. And now switch to a man-to-man defense. I'm talking about the DOJ saviors.
But Castillo just pulling up after that horns pick. Reboroso handing it off. Castillo finishing that shot.
Nice pass by Reboroso. Nice recognition to his cutting teammate, J.M. Castillo, for that layup.
For the DOJ Saviors, Coach Anton, could it be a case of too much Jess Alastoy? Do they need someone else to step up as Guerra right on cue?
More of those, more ball movement, more players stepping up, sharing the basketball, and we're missing, or the DOJ Saviors are missing Mendoza. That's someone that needs to explode in this ball game for the Saviors to have a chance.
Reboroso in transition. They break that trap easily.
Medyo malambot yung trap na yon. Reboroso getting that bucket inside.
Mendoza down the lane, double teamed, kicks it out. Guerra, 2 in a row. It's good.
Back-to-back three-pointers by Guerra, even being challenged by J.M. Castillo. Still getting that three-pointer to go.
And this DOJ Savior squad gaining their momentum in this third period as Castillo has it. Gives it inside D-zone. 10 on the shot clock and a traveling violation. Here come the Saviors.
Don't look now. If Guerra can get back-to-back three-pointers.
Taking a look at that first one, and then this time the second one. Guerra getting 2 in a row and cutting that lead down to 13 points. Let's see if he can make it 3 in a row with this possession. Inside Alastoy, out to Guerra, moving it out. That's a steal by Bagyoin. Here comes Javier. The master in finishing, itong si Javier.
Nice left-handed finish by Dexter Javier, making sure that his defender wasn't going to get that block, using his body to defend that basketball.
Guerra, that's a deep one. Can't get it to drop. That's a rebound by Groyon.
That would have brought the house down. Had that gone in, that would have been his third straight three-pointer.
Javier blow by, getting all the way to the cup. Dexter Javier.
So after that 6-0 run, pumalit naman ang 4-0 run courtesy of Dexter Javier. Dexter the fireman Javier putting out that fire.
But Mendoza trying to answer back, no good. Bagyoin gets the board and it's a 4-on-1 fast break. An unintelligent foul gonna be called there on Tagalikod, stopping that 4-on-1 fast break.
Tony Tagalikod, smart play, smart foul. And if you look at that, no, hindi act of shooting yun. So that was really a smart play, high IQ basketball being played by Tagalikod.
Bagyoin handing it off Javier. He had 15 points in their previous matchup. Looking up his scoring tally, a corkscrew to the tasty dish inside.
Spin cycle by Dexter Javier, then dropping it off at the last minute to Reboroso, who gets hacked on that rack attack.
Take a look at this one more time. Reboroso catching that ball, getting fouled off that beautiful pass from Dexter Javier off that spin move.
That's gotta hurt. That's just Alastoy. Giving the business to Reboroso on that attempt. No easy baskets.
And just when we thought this DOJ Saviors team was coming close, Coach, once again, the PAO defenders, another answer back to them.
So after that 6-0 run, ito naman, nag 6-0 run din itong DOJ Saviors.
And when you got those two guys on the perimeter with Castillo and Javier, really they can create their own shot as they get it in transition. Tahon, give it up inside. Ligayu, that's a block. Alastoy says, get it out of here.
It's tough to do that against Jess Alastoy.
As we give it over to Daphne Lozano about Jess Alastoy, the big man from DOJ.
Jess Alastoy, the DOJ Saviors double-double go-to guy from last game, is scoring big for the team tonight with over 17 points already in the bag. With that, I asked him kung sino nga ba ang idol niyang basketball player, and he named two personalities, which are Tim Duncan and Danny Ai. Hindi natin maitatanggi how he resembles their playing style as the Saviors man of the paint. What are your thoughts on this, Aaron and Coach Anton?
And I'm going to have to pass that question to you, Coach Anton. Danny Ai and Tim Duncan, does he resemble the game of Jess Alastoy?
Putting me on the spot right there, Aaron D. But I do see the resemblance on Tim Duncan because of how basic his moves are, the way he shoots it from the perimeter. Yung Danny Ai, siguro when he was younger, he could probably, raise the roof, dunk it. But, at this point, I'm settling for that Tim Duncan, that mid-range game.
Some big comparisons there for Jess Alastoy. But AG Santos with the knockout play, getting that easy too.
They need a lot more of those easy baskets inside, quick points to get back into this ball game.
Tagyowen this time, they've got 1 minute and 5 in this third period. Balik dito, Groyon, kick, Tahon, 3. It's good, Tahon making it rain.
Nice passing, nice pass by Groyon to Tahon, getting everyone involved. Again, I mentioned this in the first quarter, collective effort para dito sa PAO defenders.
Asik Tejano losing that ball, but it's going to be a pushing foul called underneath.
It must be tough to hold your ground against Asik Tejano. I mean, and the thing is, he has great court vision. He has nice vision. He's able to find his teammates inside, especially if you're cutting, if you're diving to the basket.
That reminds me of yesterday in the Lakas 40 division, Coach Anton. Itong si Yancy De Ocampo, really playmaking from the post in that ball game. And Asik Tejano doing his own impression of that.
Yeah. Well, if you are that tall, you have that advantage because you can see over your defender. I've mentioned it earlier and I'm going to repeat it again. That's your advantage if you are adept in passing, if you have that type of skill.
They've got 35 seconds to work with, 67-48. PAO still in full control. They give it inside, Ligayu. Balik dito, Bagyowen. Going out to the 3. That short and last shot time dito para sa DOJ, but they lose that ball. Alastoy can't corral the leather.
Could be a case of fatigue para dito kay Jess Alastoy. Not able to get a handle on that leather. Sayang yun.
They've got 14 on the shot clock. Bagyowen losing that ball. They get it back anyway with Tagalikud running the floor. He's against Ligayu and it's another steal. Tahon gives it up. Bagyowen. 10 seconds on the game clock. Navarro three-pointer. That's short.
That was a nice forward pass by Jess Alastoy. Just too bad teammate couldn't finish that fast break.
Here comes Alastoy. It's 4 seconds left. Santos, a second remaining. Can't get that shot. And at the end of our third quarter, the score is 67-48. The PAO defenders having an answer for every run that this DOJ Savior squad threatened to come up with. And we take a look at the third quarter highlights dito. That's Dizon giving it up. Reboroso finishing it. And it's fourth quarter time, Coach Anton. They've got 10 minutes to work with to try and come back this DOJ Savior squad.
They do have 10 minutes. Again, it's not impossible. anything can happen during this fourth quarter, and we're going to wait and see how that is going to turn out.
Wait and see indeed. 67-48 is the score. The Public Attorney's Office up at the end of our third. We would like to thank Hotel 101 Global. Maraming salamat po sa Hotel 101 for one of our main sponsors dito sa Sinag Liga Asya, taking a look at the bench of the DOJ Saviors with Coach Chris Lex Felix and Coach Eric Opriasa on that bench. Still struggling to hit their mark in this ball game, but the fourth quarter just started. Our last quarter of this Thursday doubleheader. And once again, we are live in the PACO Arena in the city of Manila. Myself, Aaron D, alongside Coach Antonio De Los Reyes and Daphne Lozano, taking a look at the quarter scoring. Coach Anton, 24, 23, and 20 for the defenders. Meanwhile, the Saviors with 19, 8, and 21.
Very consistent itong PAO defender, scoring 20s, no, in the 20s in all three quarters.
Jess Alastoy tries it from deep, but Santos saving him on that play.
Nice cleanup job by AC Santos. Still a 20-point lead para dito sa PAO defenders, but Guerra with that interception.
And he gets that layup to drop. Guerra, defense to offense.
They can't fall into complacency talking about the PAO defenders. I know this is an 18-point lead, but still, if they can string up quick points, quick buckets, this could be a good ball game para dito sa DOJ Saviors.
Reboroso gets that ball stripped. Forward pass, Bagon. He's against Tahon. No numbers in their favor. But Alastoy doesn't care. Getting that basket plus the foul. Just Alastoy.
Oh, look now, early on, they are going on a run. We're talking about the DOJ Saviors.
Once again, Jess Alastoy with the lakas drive of the quarter, brought to you by Hotel 101 Global. This is Jess Alastoy streaking down the lane and getting that basket and one.
It's always nice to see your big running the floor because that creates a lot of opportunities.
And Guerra could have been a 5-point possession para sa kanila, but Javier gets it. And he's gonna answer back with the Euro step to the finish.
Nice move by Dexter Javier. Out in the open court, that's tough to stop.
Coach Anton, we've been seeing this in that third quarter. The Saviors coming up with a run of their own, but here come the defenders once again.
They can't sustain that run. It's quite difficult, especially if it's this big of a lead. Kasi yung kumpiyansa ng PAO defenders nandyan na eh. Kumbaga parang, oh sige, habol kayo, score kayo ng 6, 8 points. Pero they'll score 4 points. Ang laki pa rin ng lamang. And they're still, confident that they have that cushion. That's why you never want to get down, or you never want to be down early in a ball game.
And they're struggling with the guard attack from the PAO defenders. You've got Castillo and Javier, and then Reboroso inside. But Guerra this time kicking it out. A two-pointer, if it's good, and it is. That's Bagon.
Jerome Bagon, sweet-looking jumper. Nice pass by Guerra outside.
Lakalinaw. They've got 15 on the shot clock. 8 minutes in this fourth period. Javier probing the defense, kicking it out. Castillo, Lacanilao, shovel pass, give it back. Here comes Castillo. They've got 2 seconds left, and Castillo can't get it.
Nice possession. They were able to milk that clock. Just couldn't get it to fall was Castillo.
Take a look at that ball handling from Guerra. And kay Bagon inside. The herky-jerky move, but Alastoy is there to clean it up.
Jess Alastoy nose for the ball, crashing the offensive rebounds, getting that stick back.
Balik dito, Javier flashing with the one-handed shot. Ala Kevin Yambao.
JM Castillo tried that earlier. Dexter Javier successful in that floater inside.
Kick it out, Bagon. Now to Alastoy. Cross court.
Nice active hands by Dexter Javier, disrupting that pass, disrupting that offense ng DOJ Saviors.
Alastoy, that's a long two. No good. Huerta with the board, and here come the defenders. Javier outside, Lacanilao against Alastoy. That's a block. But Reboroso once again staying active.
Sayang yun, no? You get a nice defensive stop, but you're not able to track that ball down and get that rebound.
Santos this time can't get it, and the DOJ Saviors just jacking up shots right now with Bagon diving on the floor. That's a steal. Here they come, easily read by the defenders. Javier once again, open court basketball. And they're gonna need to talk it over. The DOJ Saviors under Coach Chris Lex Felix. He's not liking what he's seeing. 78-58 the lead. Going back to 20 in our fourth and final period.
J Project Clothing Shop, premium fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, premium fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
And the lakas moment of the quarter brought to you by Okada Manila. Take a look at that one more time. That's si Javier going hard to the offhand and finishing against Guerra once again. That's brought to you by Okada Manila. A crafty finisher, this guy, itong si Javier.
Able to finish with both hands, left or right. You gotta love that from a player like Dexter Javier.
As Mendoza still struggling from beyond the arc. They get it down. Reboroso, Euro step to the finish. Tries the finger roll, but Alastoy called for the foul.
Gets clipped on the head is Reboroso. And you see, this is what I'm talking about. They're up by 20, pero they're still attacking. They're still pushing. They're still attacking. They're not playing, kumbaga, to lose. No, they're playing to win pa rin. They're still pushing the pace, pushing the tempo, doing what's working for them. And I love that from this PAO Defenders squad.
Just like what you mentioned in our earlier game against the Safekeepers, Coach Anton. You talked about how they shouldn't stop attacking. They shouldn't stop doing what's working. And looks like this PAO Defender squad, they're doing what's working, which is attacking.
Pushing the pace, pushing the tempo, getting it to the players that they need to get it to, attacking who they need to attack, exploiting those mismatches, especially in transition.
And that's an interesting thought. I always believe that you should try to milk the clock, especially when you're up. Alastoy this time getting fouled.
Need more. They need a lot more of that from Jess Alastoy. 5 minutes and 38. 22-point lead.
Ligayu entering the game. Reboroso given a break here. And Coach Ringo Jimenez gonna try and see if he can rest his star player in Reboroso for these last 5 minutes. His team is up big. 80-59, make it 80-60.
So they have Reboroso, Castillo, Javier resting on the bench. Well-deserved, no? And if I'm DOJ, this is your chance. While the star players, while the starters are out.
This time they get a chance with PAO to extend that lead. Dizon in that corner. Spinning to the cup, kicking it out, Groyo, and that's a steal by Mendoza. And there you have it, an unsportsmanlike foul called. I think it's gonna be at Groyo.
So again, the intention of Groyo not to hurt Mendoza, just to stop that fast break or that easy bucket. But again, double black eye yan, like what we talked about. Actually, triple black eye because you get a foul, you get free throws, and then they get ball possession. So under FIBA rules, hindi na pwede yung ganyan.
And they could have just given that 2 points. They're still up by 20 points. Would have been 18.
Minsan kasi frustration na yan eh. You're frustrated that you gave up a weak pass, so you're trying to get it back quickly, or you're trying to get that ball back.
Santos tees it up. That's short. Rebounded by the defenders, and Bagyoen takes it down. Balik dito, Lacanilao. Saktong 5 minutes po ang natitira dito in our 4th period. Groyon this time. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Dizon, that's a tough reverse.
Nice move by Dizon, just could not get that bucket to fall.
14 on the shot clock for the defenders. Inside play, Ligayu finishing off that tasty dish.
Head coach Ringo Jimenez has a knack for baseline plays. He's always able to get those buckets to fall pagka may mga baseline inbound plays.
Kick it out, Mendoza. He had 4 threes last game. Still can't hit the mark. Here come the defenders in transition. Forward pass. Dizon, can he catch it? Yes, he can.
This time, Dizon making sure that he's going to get that bucket.
Alastoy hounded by 2, but that's going to be a foul called.
That was a lucky break para dito sa DOJ Saviors. Getting a foul. Kala ko maganda na yung depensa na yun. No? They were able to play the passing lanes properly.
Just like what you said a while ago, Coach Anton, it's that reaching in.
I'm not even saying it anymore because I think I've said it so many times earlier that medyo baka suyang-suya na yung ating mga nanunood.
Doesn't the counter start after every game, Coach? This time, that's an easy steal from the defenders. Balik dito kay Bagyoen, and this time, they're gonna be milking that clock. No, they give it to Lacanilao.
Foul given up by Mendoza. Slowly, slowly, the DOJ defenders really pulling away.
As Daphne Lozano has got some info on Kirk Reboroso, the best player in that last matchup para sa kanila. Go ahead, Daphne.
Kirk Reboroso of the PAO defenders is embodying what it takes to be consistent, from his best player of the game recognition in their first match to still being a key player of the team tonight with over 18 points already. Kirk shared na sobrang eventful ng araw niya dahil straight from a hearing daw siya. Kaya dahil doon I asked him ano ang naidala niyang characteristics sa court ngayong gabi, and he firmly said, work hard, work smart. Back to you, Aaron and Coach Anton.
And working hard indeed. And take a look at that post-game meal by Kirk Reboroso. Well-deserved after that hard-working game.
Tinanong nga kung ano ang dala ni Kirk Reboroso. Yun, rice meal ang dala niya, as you saw there during that report by Daphne.
And well-deserved, playing 2 games where he led his team to victory in that opening game. 18 points, 7 of 9. But we forgot to mention the 17 rebounds from Kirk Reboroso, Coach.
Wow, 18 and 17. 5 offensive rebounds out of that 17 rebounds. Wow. Working hard is Kirk Reboroso.
But this time, the PAO defenders, a chance to extend their lead. Lacanilao, cross court. Groyon, catch, shoot. That's too strong. Rebounded, they've got 6 on the shot clock. Bagyoen, they've got to go quickly. Groyo, one more time. Floats it, that's a block from Alastoy. Get that out of here.
Not aware of the shot clock, the PAO defenders, their teammates were actually screaming shot clock, shot clock. But remember, that's the job of your point guard. They need to make sure that his teammates know the shot clock situation.
Outside, they kick it. Hernandez fresh in that ball game. First shot, no good. Dahon outside, Bagyoen. 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the 4th period. Ligayu tees it up. No good on that shot. Here they come in transition with Tagalikud attacking the cup. Can't get the finish. They fight for it. One more chance for DOJ. 2-point field goal. That's short. But they get the second serving inside.
Tagalikod, nice pass, nice tap to his teammate Jimenez to be able to get that 2-point bucket.
Huerta this time. Looks like the subs are in the ball game for today as Tahon lining it up, can't get it. Ligayo outside. Look at the passing from PAO.
PAO defenders, crisp passing.
But Alastoy trying to answer back. Take a look at that high rip to the finish.
That's difficult to stop. Like, would you stay in front of a player that strong and that big?
Aaron, probably go to the other way as we take a look at that Lakas assist of the quarter, brought to you by Hotel 101 Global. That's an inside finish from Team DOJ. Interesting to see though, Coach, that Alastoy is still in the ball game even though, you know, they really don't have a chance anymore.
Papakondisyon siguro. You know, he has a lot of leagues that he's playing in, so this is something that, you know, will help his conditioning.
And they're gonna need him in their next ball games. Itong si Jess Alastoy. But itong si Tahon getting the mid-range jumper to go. Samera crossing, kicking. Alastoy hits nothing but board.
That could be fatigue we're seeing from Jess Alastoy.
Huerta, bullet feed inside. Take a look at the big bump inside by Cheng.
Cheng muscling his way inside. Nothing Jess Alastoy could do on that particular possession on offense para dito sa PAO defenders.
Oh, but a miscommunication from Samera and Tagalikod. The number 35 pulling up from 3. Samera can't get it. Outside to Huerta. Give it up to Cheng. Can he get 2 in a row? Inside for the shot, the fake. One more chance and that's a steal. They're driving it. Samera, tough one, and he gets fouled.
Tahon. I believe that would be Tahon on the with the foul. Still playing defense, no? Etong PAO defenders not making it easy for the DOJ Saviors to get their points.
And this PAO defender squad, after this ball game, gonna be having 2 blowout wins in our tournament. First, they blew out OSG. This time, it's gonna be a big victory over the DOJ Saviors. So really making their mark in this tournament early.
Earlier, we were thinking if they were going to hit the century mark for this ball game. Looks like they're gonna fall short, as they are going to just hold on to this one.
They're going to be running out the clock. This PAO defenders team showed full excellence in this ball game, from offense to defense, from that guard attack to that interior passing from players like Reboroso, Castillo, and even Javier. The role players stepped up in this ball game, and they all contributed to this 93-69 victory at the end of our ball game. The PAO defenders coming out 2-0 with 2 blowout losses. Meanwhile, the DOJ Saviors 1-2 in our tournament. Lost that last one against NBI and losing 2 in a row. Coach Anton, that's a big blow dito para sa DOJ. That's 2 losses in a row.
You never want to get in that hole, no? You're falling behind early in the tournament as much as possible. You want to be able to create that space, separate from the pack, the way the PAO defenders have in this particular ball game. They are 2-0. Great win, I would say, for the PAO defenders, making sure that they did not let up even until the end.
And at the end of our ball game, the score 93-69. The PAO defenders coming out with the victory, as we give it over to Daphne Lozano for our best players of the game.
Good evening, mga kasinag. I am now beside not just 1, but 2 SLA DOJ Hotel 101 Global Best Players of the Game, Attorney John Michael Castillo and Attorney Kirk Reboroso. But first, on my left side is Attorney John Michael Castillo with 23 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. Sir, congratulations po on your win. So ayun, kanina po, merong instance na uminit yung labanan, kumbaga nagkaroon ng tension. So how do you stay focused and composed, especially in times like that?
Balik lang po kami sa game plan namin, composure lang po, and stick to the game lang talaga, focus lang.
And sir, I'm giving you the opportunity to greet and thank anyone that you like.
Binabati ko po pala yung aming Chief Public Attorney na si Dr. Persida Rueda Acosta, yung family ko, mom, dad, brother ko, girlfriend ko, family ng girlfriend ko, and thank you Lord po sa panalo ngayon.
Congratulations po, sir. And now on my right side is Sir Kirk Reboroso with 20 points, 15 rebounds, and 2 assists. Back-to-back POG performance from Sir. Bali, sir, may na-realize ako, parang lucky number mo ang number 2. It's because first, it's your team's second win. Double-double performance ko once again. And of course, it's your second POG recognition. So, can you share to us, sir, how do you maintain your physical well-being despite your busy schedule?
Number one, talaga diet. Nasa tamang kinakain yan. Pangalawa, exercise daily, kahit 30 minutes. Okay, mag-gym. Tapos, practice, always present sa practice. Tapos, hindi lang sa physical, pati mental na rin eh. Minsan, pag wala akong ginagawa, kinakausap ko yung mga abang players, kung ano mga game plan namin. Nakausap kami, yung teamwork namin. Tapos, yun lang naman po.
And sir, meron din po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan sa mga nanonood ngayon?
As usual, my forever love, asawa ko, nasa bahay, nanonood din nakapunta. Tapos yung mga anak ko, yung shoutout din sa mga Reboroso family sa Ilocosur. Doon po, yung mga barkado ko po doon, tabayan. That's all.
Kaya naman pala very inspired at motivated si Sir. And once again, that is our Hotel 101 Global Best Players of the Game. Balik sa inyo, Aaron and Coach Anton.
And congratulations to our Hotel 101 Best Players of the Game. That's Kirk Reboroso, back-to-back Best Players. And itong si JM Castillo coming out with a victory in today's ballgame. Congratulations dun sa PAO Defenders. Once again, myself, Aaron D, alongside Coach Antonio de los Reyes and Coach Anton. After 2 grueling matchups in our DOJ Interagency Cup, we're finally done with today on this Thursday doubleheader. So, thank you so much for joining us dito sa Sinag, Coach Anton.
Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Aaron, for partnering with me in today's ball game. Looking forward to having more games with you para dito sa ating tournament na Sinag Liga Asya in DOJ Interagency Basketball Tournament Secretaries Cup.
And of course, you're gonna hear a lot more from Coach Anton. I'm assuming dito sa Sinag Liga Asya natin. Aabangan natin yan, but that marks the end of our ball game. Taking a look at the games tomorrow in the Lakas 40 3.0. San Pedro Mamba Extra Zone going up against the JC2 Slashers at 4 p.m. Second game naman po is the Fire Chief Fire Extinguishers going up against Magnificent Manila at 6 p.m. And our final game at 8 p.m. is Exile 0107 going up against the Tropang 3HZ Lions. And on behalf of Coach Anton de los Reyes, Daphne Lozano, and the entire dedicated crew behind the scenes, including Direk Nomar Santiago, Direk Mike Danan, Direk Billy De Leon, Direk Boyet Roa, and the countless others behind the scenes, the name is Aaron D. Deeply honored to have guided you through today's action. Maraming salamat po sa lahat na nanood, and we hope you keep the support strong for your Sinag Liga Asya.